When I became a woman, I put away childish things. But before I became a woman, I didn't always fit the crown of a queen. You see, I was so lost and so alone, listening to this world telling me that I could make it on my own. My Jesus, he was an afterthought because I was determined I could provide my own home. You see, I was the one with the bass turned up, blasting Little Kim, counting down to go out dancing each and every weekend because that's what made me feel grown. And, well, forget putting my God first because I was making my own throne. I was doing anything for attention because that's all I'd really known. Because before I became a woman, I was just a desperate, desperate clone. When I became a woman, I woke up. I stopped wasting my time wishing and hoping this fairy tale prince was just gonna show up. And I didn't always listen to my mom, who used to say, "Sweetie, don't be in such a hurry to grow up." But I did, so I grew up and I found myself living a lie that made me want to throw up. So I threw up. I threw up my hands to my God and said, "God, I cannot take this anymore. I'm so tired and want to be a woman and not just a little girl." Because one day, when my child takes me by the hand, I want them to know it's not about what's on mommy's Facebook status or how many followers on Instagram. No, it's about what mommy chose to take a stand. And I want them to know that I believe in a God that created each and every one of us for a much bigger plan. And I want them to know that my child, if God is for you, then no one against you even stands a chance. Because there's a big difference between being a girl and being a woman. When I became a woman, I was ridiculed and laughed at. Gossip and rumors whispered behind my back, and it seemed like everyone was asking anyone but me, how come she's all of a sudden like that? Some said I was uneducated, and, well, I was just lied to and degraded. Friendships were lost, and a relationship where love was once found, now hatred, simply because I chose to live the life for which I was created. You know, it's funny how when you mention Jesus, you can quickly go from priority to being completely faded into the background where you feel unimportant and unappreciated. But those same people are the very ones in my daily prayers, and I pray I get the chance for my story to inspire theirs. And I'd give anything for a text, a message, or a call just to let them know there's no hatred at all. And yes, we can talk because I'm still here, but I'm going to tell you about Jesus, even if it's not what you want to hear. And let's be honest, you already knew that I would because that's why it's taken you so long. Well, unless I've misunderstood. But so go ahead and tell me about the latest in your life, but just know I'm going to tell you about the only constant in mine has been Jesus Christ. And we can keep our conversation secret. Your text about Jesus, not even my bestie will see it. But I hope that you seek to get out of the trap that we both were once in and run to Jesus to find a life filled with purpose and passion. And as for the scars you left on my heart when I took a stand, you know what? Don't worry about it. Because life ain't easy when you leave the girls and live like a woman. When I became a woman, I no longer put myself on display. I wasn't going to be a possession or an object or a trophy for some man one day. Instead of drawing attention to myself with false advertisement and trying to fit into just the right jeans, I wanted the focus to be on my Creator, who I know is the King of Kings. I no longer wanted to be lusted by boys or even by men. I wanted to be chosen, to be known, and to be loved by Him. But as I look around, it breaks my heart to see all these girls manipulating men in order to accomplish their dream, going to one or the other extremes, or thinking that it's just them against the world. Because let me tell you, voice of experience, ladies, that is the way of a childish little girl. Because a woman's worth is not defined by how many clicks she fits in or if her shoes and her bag match the latest trend. It's not even determined by the clothes that she wears or the color of her eyes or even the color of her hair. So ladies, when are we going to open our eyes to the truth that we are not defined by the numbers on a scale or a tag that gives us a size? All the hours and efforts wasted on covering up or trying to perfect our skin, when all that really matters is our hearts, where Jesus wants in. Because let me tell you, charm is deceptive and beauty, it fades. But a woman who will face everything and rise with her God, that's a woman that will be praised. When I became a woman, I decided when I leave this world, I want my life to have had purpose. So I stopped wasting my time on things that were worthless. A house, a paycheck, a relationship, those things no longer define me. No, my journey is to leave a legacy. And I don't want that legacy to be ruined or neglected. So I looked at this world and I refused to accept it. So world, I'm not going to be who you want me to be. No, I absolutely reject it. Because you see, when I became a woman, I picked up my cross and put down my shame. My sins were forgiven in my Jesus' name. And in my Jesus' name, my shame will remain an afterthought of who I used to be, but no longer am. Because my God saw fit to crucify the Lamb so that I could land in his oceans of grace and find peace and find rest in his holy, holy place. Because he took my place. He took my hell, he took my cross, he took my nails, and he took it all because he has a plan for you and for me. And for the very first time, I could clearly see who it was that I was created to be when I became a woman.